Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Denmark. So I'm starting this to inform you that the improved relations with Norway is at maximum. Our silver-tongued king, silver-tongued king, that's a hard way to say, can't improve it anymore, so we can now curtail the nobility, and there's a 49.83% chance that it's gonna work. So let's do this, and they accepted our request. Okay, Norway's opinion of Denmark is changed by plus 50. Does that change anything? I don't see a difference. Did that actually only... Wait, is there like integrate? I am not entirely sure what it did. It should... Yeah, it's not changing according to our investment, so I guess we just had a meeting with them and promised them riches if they join us. Good. We've also finished the survey of the seas, and we can't go any further until we improve our actual colonial range. So I have attached our light ships and the heavy carrack to the North Baltic fleet, and we are using it to gain money. The church displeasure is gone, so we are now increasing our legitimacy by near 0.1. Actually, no, not 0.1. 1.5 every year, nearly though. Okay, with all that said, I guess there's not much else to do than to wait for our two new provinces to be integrated, because that will greatly increase our income and stabilize us. We have finished the fort in our capital, which is now modern castle, level 4, and it increases the urban gravity by base 2 and 15%. So the population can now gravitate all the way to 110,000, which is nice. Unfortunately, we are saving for building the trade wharf in Vagrien, so until that is done we can't really do much else. The autonomy here is actually pretty high, but we do have the trade wharf there. I was wondering if there's a couple of other things that we might build, but we're really not gaining enough money at this point to go into large projects, nor is our king a really good administrator, so I could, think that that's a good idea. When I can, I'm gonna get rid of the national focus on diplomatic power. Maybe not. I think diplomatic power is a bit more important for us now than bulletproof armor, where we are way ahead of time. So maybe not. Oh, and I had a really shitty event which flat out gave me free extra inflation. So before we actually do any of the projects, we really should deal with this and lower the inflation. But burning our administrative power right now is not something that I'm really happy about, because we're not getting that much of it. We're getting only 5. Generally speaking, we could really use a good king. This guy has 8. I guess that's kind of a basic, but our queen consort is actually a better ruler than our king is, and she's a conqueror. So I'm kind of hoping that she won't, that our king won't die and she won't get there, because that would be really awful. We've also done a lot of changes to the court and education in the last episode, so let's see. Okay, so the royal court is actually not increasing. It's dropping slightly, so we would need to invest more, and education is also dropping slightly. Crap, we're just burning so much in those and it's not helping. It would be probably better to build a university here. That would give us a big boost. Or we might build it in Sieland, where it would be slightly cheaper, and it will give us an extra base urban gravity, because I'd really like to develop these two provinces more, Skåne and Zealand. I haven't done a lot in those, but we really can't at this point. It sucks. Also, as we can't really go anywhere else, I'm gonna get rid of our Christopher Pale, and he's gonna be sent elsewhere. It was nice meeting you, but goodbye for now. We still have too many leaders. Daniel Roseman, I don't think fire and shock and maneuver. Well, you're not bad. I think a good naval leader is not beyond us, so our naval tradition is pretty high up. So we're gonna keep him. And we're getting 50% more military power every month, so that's good. Now I'm thinking about whether or not we should revoke some privileges to the greater nobles. I guess it would be a good thing to curtail them a bit, but we will most likely lose stability for this. We are having pretty shitty relations with them. So I'd like to revoke the medium tax exemption. Let's do it. Our king is young and reckless a bit, though he has a silver tongue, so let's hope that he might be lucky here. Waiting for offering them favors would not help anyway, so let's just see. Greater nobles general accept reform. Oh yes, please, please don't. Oh yes! Well, we said so. He has a silver tongue. Well, Denmark is prospering, there's no doubt about it. We now get an urban industry arises. A budding urban industry has arisen in the Nordsjælland, which is our capital. Soon, the artisans of the city will begin to master and specialize in the production of a specific type of urban good, linen, metalworks, or cloth. If the province acquires a center of production, the artisans will further hone their expertise, and once skilled enough, will eventually be allowed to choose a luxury good. Linen can upgrade to leather, paper, or in the Middle East and North Africa, carpets. Metalworks can upgrade to jewelry, steel, and East Asia chinaware. Cloth can upgrade to luxury cloth or silk. If the province has at least rank 2 harbor infrastructure, it can upgrade to naval supplies with either linen, metalworks, or cloth. Actually, naval supplies would be good. So we have just became so rich that we can now get rid of the mundane urban good. Check out the statistics. We produce 11.53 and the revenue is 8.3. But the urban production skill is now 25.3, which is why we get the better option here. If it raises above 75, I mean the urban production skill, we can upgrade it again. So we can choose linen or metalworks or cloth. I'm actually thinking metalworks or linen, metalworks or cloth. Let's go with metalworks. So we're producing metalworks. The urban production revenue is still 8.3, but it's, well, yeah, it increases in time. I think it's gonna recalculate eventually. But yeah, if we could produce naval supplies, that would be pretty good. Well, urban development 27. Starting to get pretty nice there. How's Paris doing? 58. Prague is 33. Milan has 54. Liguria has 41. 32 in Venice, so we might soon surpass Venice and Prague if we are diligent. But I really should invest in some other provinces as well. But hey, Halland and Viking are growing on their own. Borgdalholmen as well. Laland as well. Yeah, things are pretty good. Pretty good. Well, holy crap. Here I was, working at my own things, and Poland, in the meantime, decided to invade Bohemia. The nation of Poland, your faithful ally, is requesting that you come to their aid in the Polish humiliation of Bohemia against Bohemia, Moravia, Gulago, Legnica, Oels, Opole, Ratibor. This is a war that they have started. Bohemia is allied with Brandenburg and Saxony. If we join as a regular ally, it will be twice as expensive for the enemy to take our provinces, but we will not be able to call our own allies. If we decline, we will lose 25 prestige and 2 diplomatic reputation. Well, there's actually no question whether or not we will join, because Poland has been here for us every single time that we wanted, and they have been constantly raped by enemy armies while we just gained this and that. So yeah, we're coming, Bohemia, we're coming for you. But unfortunately, it's gonna be a bit of a hassle for us, because we don't really have that many things to invest. So let's ask for a general here and hope that he's gonna be good. He's not. Okay. But we need a general because the old one has unfortunately died. Yeah, I skipped a couple of years, I think, maybe even because not much has been happening. Well, okay, let's accept this. There's no questions asked. We're gonna put our army maintenance at max, fleet maintenance at max. Yeah, and we're gonna just keep hemorrhaging gold. Can we... Oh, it's an offensive war. Crap. Well, I'm not gonna go with anything here, and if we, or as we have a king who does not have any intentions here, we're gonna just go with let them loot. And I'll ask my burghers to go with war relief here, because we really need that. And also, like, these 2 units that are now useless in Iceland, because we can't really put them anywhere, to be transported here, where we can meet them. So who are we at war with at this point? Okay, Poland is at war with Bohemia, Brandenburg, and the small states here. So I think we're gonna focus on punishing Brandenburg. Yeah, you guys are at aggressive setting, so you should do your own thing, right? Yeah, you are. So I'll let you do that. We can invest in a new idea, which is land of opportunity. Not really interested. If I'm interested in anything, it's the cross staffs. Okay, so which province is the closest to us? I guess Altmark is the choice. Well, no. It's then Prignitz. Okay, we're really losing a lot of money here in army maintenance. Do we dare to lower the root out corruption investment? Let's support the Cistercian monasteries. The worst thing that could happen to us is the enemy conquering Stormann, but I don't think that's gonna happen. On 6th of August, it will be court. Wagrien slightly after that. Where are you guys? You're coming, right? Yeah. 2 units of infantry. Well, at least we're not paying anything extra for military now. Because you're actually coming... Oh, hey. Let's go to Güstrow and eliminate the Saxon army that is probably marching to Stralsund. Actually, you ships, where are you? Can I get a different order? I want you to go to Wismar instead. It's slightly longer, but not that much. Okay, so the first battle is starting well. There's a small Bohemian contingent here. Bigger Bohemian contingent here. Okay, nice. They're coming to aid the Saxon army here. Okay, they no longer are. Now they're going where? nowhere. They're confused. They just don't know what to do. So that will allow us some time for our ship to arrive to Wismar and reinforce our units. Actually, once they are reinforced, I'm gonna send them to attack the army in Stralsund, because that's kind of important. Okay, the Bohemian army is leaving now, which will allow me to do this without any problem. No, it's... God damn it, game, decide what you want to do. We're moving to our Lebus. Okay, Poland as usual is completely incompetent. Its forces are for some reason... Oh no, they're moving south now. Are we at war? Oh, that's interesting, we're not at war with Hungary. Okay, that gives us a bit of a fighting chance. And the Bohemian army has finally left. Well, actually no. I'm gonna unify my armies here before we march on the Stralsund. And I mean, we really have to do it, because there's just... too much going on. They could actually conquer it, which would be very unpleasant for us. We have received word that Bohemia has embraced the Renaissance. Really? Bohemia? How are we on institutions? 99.7%. Pretty good. So you have a really good leader. That actually kind of sucks, because in any conflict we will have, you will have the upper hand. Together with these folks, at what time will we arrive? 10th of July, you will arrive at what? 14th of July. To Waren. Okay, they're moving somewhere else. So we'll just destroy this small army, then probably destroy this small army that's moving down here. Okay, yeah, they're getting a decent bonus, but there's just too many of us to kill. Okay, now let's move back south and wipe this small army that's in Waren. And then we'll finally go to Prignitz and Altmark and Haveland to loot a bit, because that's why we are here. Unfortunately, the manpower is quite low for us. We don't really have as much as I would like. Actually, I think the lesser nobles could give us manpower, yeah. So let's take that as a thing that we have to. Okay, and I could do quite easily the following. Be 4,000 here and send the rest to siege Altmark, because that one has an actual garrison, while this is just taking over an undefended province. Storman has been called. Nice. That will help with our income significantly. And Vagrien will take much longer, another 4 years, but the autonomy and unrest here should be getting better. Actually no, the separatism is still flying high, and there's terrible communication efficiency here, so that's a bit of a problem. Oh, but one thing that I wanted to show you guys some time ago was that the metalworks actually do produce more. It just haven't recalculated before. Now we're gaining 10.43 gold. And how much are we losing for overextension? Here it is. 6.3. Okay, so the more demanding province still hasn't recovered. No armies to be seen here, which is good. So we'll let Poland and Lithuania to deal with Bohemian aggression down, and we'll just sack Brandenburg and try to make them very unhappy. Because they have been up all in our shit this whole time, and I hate them. Honestly, every single war that we have gained some sort of involvement in has just been constant Brandenburgian nuisance for us, and they just had to get involved in every single one of those. So how much have we looted there? Not much. 6 gold. Well, it's a poor province, probably sacked several times already. So let's like Haveland, and then we'll move on to the capital, which might be more interesting. Unless Sweden does that first, which would piss me off, but hey, they can have their fun. Where's the Norwegian troops over there? Come on, are you going to siege the capital? Of course you are. Oh well. Anyway, I'll pause it here and start the next episode so that we can get a move on, because this one has been running for long enough.